Welcome back to Minecraft Let's Play Season 1, Episode 9. This is Episode 8. Sorry about that. We are going on a bit of an adventure today. Hopefully, to someplace hot and fiery because we seem to only be running into rain up here recently. But we have a small adventure we have to do beforehand. And by that I mean it's time to get some obsidian. Now we have 3 pieces which we found in the chest over there. And we've got some more pieces that we can certainly get from there. But it's not going to be enough. So it is time to finally use a couple of these diamonds, and we are going to go search for a diamond, go find some obsidian. So, before we do that, we are going to go ahead and make a small couple of decisions. About the rest of our diamonds. We have 25 left. I now have iron leggings and a golden helmet. We are trying to go into the nether, so the gold helmet is a necessity. We are going to go ahead and make up a diamond chest plate to go with it. And we are going to have iron boots to finish our ensemble. Go to sleep. Getting the sound of footsteps, but I'm not actually getting footsteps, which is weird. But or I should say, I'm getting the sound of footsteps, but I'm not actually moving myself, so it can be somewhat creepy. But we are headed to our mine, which has been a little while since I've been down here, so I have to do some experimenting. But we are much more protected than we were last time, so it should not be that difficult. Here are some shower thoughts while we enjoy our little time elapse. The night before a day off is usually more satisfying than the day off itself. Technically, any animal can be considered a pet if you're brave enough. Telling someone to enjoy their day sounds polite, but telling someone to enjoy their next 24 hours sounds slightly threatening. If you're wearing noise-canceling headphones and someone has to wave at you to get your attention, you have gone from being voice-activated to being motion-activated. Babysitters are teenagers that act like adults so the parents can go out and act like teenagers. When you hear a rhyme which goes, roses are red, violets are blue, you need to prepare yourself to hear something which is at best only partly true. Short people will often ask a taller person to help get something from a high shelf, but taller people always have to get their own low-down stuff. Because of clothes, you technically do have to pay to go outside. Weight is one of the few things you can lose and be happy about. You could find needles in haystacks pretty quickly if you use a magnet. You don't realize you've fallen asleep until you wake up again. So a single hair is singular, a few hairs is plural, but a lot of hair is singular again. If necessity is the mother of invention, then laziness is at the very least a really cool stepdad. The way you spell awkward looks awkward. Eye drops are actual blinker fluid. Missouri and misery are both estates. You can accidentally have a baby, but you can't accidentally make a sandwich. Someday, the modern translations of Shakespeare's plays will seem just as dated as the plays themselves. Number bases, base 2, base 10, and base 16, for example, are named using base 10 numbers. Breaking wind is odd. For example, when you sneeze, you're blessed, but when you fart, you're not. It's more important in today's world to know how to use a computer than to start a fire. There's gonna come a point where an AI can create a hit album or an amazing movie in a matter of minutes. When you are deciding how many birds you can kill with one stone, you realize that you can kill all of them if you use the right stone. 99% of people in all wars don't have a true reason for being there. The Amber Alert is the only system that texts the criminal letting them know that cops are after them. The people who plan the most murders haven't murdered anyone, but are writers for detective series. There would be a lot more awkward and interesting moments in life if humans could detect scents as well as a dog. As soon as you are told, don't even think about doing ... you think about doing that thing. Children are simple because they lack experience. Old people are simple because they lack the energy to be complicated. People extravagantly celebrate weddings, but it's really just the formation of a contract between two parties so that the court system is available to mediate an amicable divorce. Kids are the most expensive thing you can get for free. The answer to the question, but is that legal, usually can be answered with, how much money are you willing to spend? If we lived in the deep sea for an entire recorded history, the idea of the universe or even a world without water would seem unfathomable. In the UK, we are witnessing the domestication of the urban fox, much like our ancestors did with the wolf. Somebody has probably created the next generation of antibiotics in their refrigerator and just doesn't know it yet. If you have a Wikipedia page, you are either really successful or you really failed. Sometimes doing a chore like the dishes isn't about having less dirty dishes in the sink. It's about the feeling you get when you enter a clean kitchen. Skin is both waterproof and absorbent. Unicycles are all-wheel drive. You cannot tickle yourself, but you can think yourself into laughter. Somebody had to be the one to figure out that a cow could be milked. We can put a probe in the sun's orbit, a rover on Mars, but we can't come up with a better way to get snow off the road. Part of the reason we are afraid of insects and little creatures could be that during the plagues, those who were afraid tended to have a greater chance of living. The most common source of how it would feel if we could fly is our dreams. Shadows are areas where it is already night. As much as people talk about it, very few people have actually seen the tip of an iceberg. The number of people older than you is always decreasing. It will never increase. If noses smell and feet run, how come most people have noses that run and feet that smell? Everyone who has already graduated years ago has a dream, at least once in their life, that they missed their final and wonder if they even graduated. Adding 5 to the number 360 only slightly changes its meanings. Humans are weird. Some of us have pets for which we are genetically engineered to fear, like snakes, spiders, or big felines. If death is only the beginning, life is the intro and tutorial we all skip. Eggs are considered a meat since it comes from chickens. If rated by their kills, mosquitoes are more dangerous than atomic bombs. Rice is the potato of the East. The smaller the size of a stud earring you see someone wearing, the more likely it is that it's a real diamond. The ironic thing about kids' fairy tales is that the true stories of most of them end very badly. If it weren't for the popularity of online shopping, many young people would have never experienced the excitement of receiving a package in the mail. It's very convenient that every planet in Star Wars has the same force of gravity. The percentage of your life that you've known someone always increases and never decreases. It is better to have a false sense of confidence than not one at all. The word bed kind of looks like a bed. Because this is a rather long time lapse, let's go ahead and switch gears and talk a little bit about crystals, amethyst to be exact. So, amethyst is the most valuable crystal in the quartz family. Its chemical classification is silicon dioxide, SiO2. Amethyst can be light lavender, deep violet, and anywhere in between, and sometimes it looks reddish purple, while other times it can be bluish purple. Amethyst gets its purple color from iron oxide in the quartz, and it has more iron than any other type of quartz. After the stone crystallizes, gamma rays that are emitted by radioactive materials inside the rock irradiate the iron, turning it purple. Typically, amethyst is transparent, but it can contain inclusions that make it cloudy or opaque. It rates a 7 on the Mohs scale, which means it's extremely scratch resistant. Its crystal structure is hexagonal. Amethyst is currently found in Brazil, Uruguay, Bolivia, Africa, United States, Siberia, Canada, Australia, France, Russia, India, Madagascar, Mexico, Zambia, Morocco, Myanmar, Namibia, Sri Lanka, and Tanzania. The name amethyst comes from the Greek word amethystos, meaning not drunken. This is because throughout history it has been said to ward off drunkenness. Amethyst is sold in many different forms, including amethyst geodes of all sizes, amethyst geode slices, tumbled stones, clusters, faceted gemstones, and beads. In Greece, the word geode means shape of the earth. An amethyst cathedral is a geode that is shaped like the arch of a cathedral. Another name for it is an amethyst church. An amethyst cave is an amethyst geode that has been opened up like a cave instead of being cut in half to form a cathedral. An amethyst geode cluster is a clustering of amethyst geode crystals that can come in many different shapes and sizes. An amethyst druzy geode is a clustering of very small amethyst crystals that look similar to sugar. An amethyst slice is a geode that has been sliced through the entire geode instead of being cut in half like a cathedral. This allows you to see each layer of the geode. Each crystal inside of an amethyst geode has 6 sides. Most of the amethyst geodes in the world are found in Brazil and Uruguay. Amethyst geodes that are from Brazil are mined from lava flows in the Paraná continental flood basalt province. Uruguayan amethyst geodes are usually very deep purple, and their terminations, or crystal points, are often larger than the ones found in Brazil. Amethyst geodes are formed when gas bubbles in lava try to rise to the surface but can't due to fast cooling, thickening lava at the top. The trapped bubbles form hollow cavities. Water that includes traces of silica and minerals below the lava is forced up, penetrating the hollow cavities. Over millions of years, crystals begin to grow inside the cavities according to what minerals were in the water. To extract amethyst geodes from the earth, miners create cave tunnels in the lava flows. Then they drill into the cave walls and insert a small camera so that they can spot geodes behind the walls. When one is found, they carefully break down the wall to reveal the geodes. Amethyst cathedrals are a combination of natural crystals and man-made techniques. The geode is cut in half, revealing nature's beautiful work. Then cement is added on the outside of the geode and along the bottom to form a base. The cement is painted black and the crystals are polished. Sometimes agate forms in between the amethyst crystals and the outer edge of the geode. When this happens, the outer shell can be completely removed, making it beautiful inside and out. The largest amethyst cathedral in the world is called the Empress of Uruguay. It is almost 8 feet tall and weighs over 5,000 pounds. Amethyst geode value is determined by the size of the geode, size of the crystals, points, depth of color, thinness of walls, symmetry, and lack of defects, as well as any rare formations or rooms. Amethyst geodes range in price drastically from a couple dollars to many thousands of dollars. Citrine can be created by heating amethyst. This can happen naturally or purposely. When amethyst and citrine appear in the same stone, it is called ametrine. When amethyst is layered with white quartz, it is called chevron amethyst. Amethyst is traditionally given for a 6th anniversary. Amethyst is the traditional birthstone for February. It is the zodiac birthstone for Pisces, February 19th to March 20th. It is the natural birthstone for winter solstice, November 21st to December 20th. Amethyst is the official gemstone for the province of Ontario. Amethyst's beautiful color will fade in sunlight. Amethyst was recorded as being used as far back as 25,000 BC. Prior to the 19th century, amethyst was a precious stone since it was rare as emerald and ruby stones. One large deposit of amethyst geodes were found in Brazil. Amethyst was then downgraded to a semi-precious stone. Amethyst is a stone of royalty and has therefore been used in crowns, scepters, and jewelry by the royal houses for centuries. Amethyst was called the gem of fire in ancient times because it was thought to contain fire energy, an energy that is creative, passionate, and spiritual. Amethyst was known as hamag in ancient Egypt when it was worn as heart-shaped amulets during burial ceremonies. Egyptians also wore amethyst for protection during travel. It was called alamaha to the Hebrews, a word that was derived from the Hebrew word halam, which means to dream. And we are back. So, as you can see, this was all of our portal, and I have taken it down. So we do have those 2 crying obsidians, some mossy stone bricks, some smooth stone slabs, mossy stone brick stairs, all of that. Now, about here in the middle, which is going to be right about here, and right about here, I'm going to go ahead and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Actually, only need that to be 4. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And there we go. We have a portal. All we need to do is light it. Which means we need to head back to camp just for a moment. Sleep first. And then go ahead and do that first. Drop our stone and stuff in here. And we have flint and steel. And we have a fully working nether portal. We are going to go in. We're not going to go very far. We're just going to see what our spawn point in the nether looks like. Perhaps grab a little bit of quartz if I see some nearby. But other than that, we aren't even putting up our nether hub yet, so it's been a little while since I've gotten this. We are in a nether waste biome. Not too bad. But it does make gathering quartz a little bit harder. So we are going to go ahead and head back into the nether. It is kind of dangerous. There's a lot of piglins around. But more importantly, there's a lot of hoglins around. So we're going to wait to do some further exploration there. Thank you for watching this episode of the Minecraft Hardcore World, and I will see you on the next Minecraft day.